Hey guys! So I've been meaning to kind of make this video for a while, but I've been kind of slacking. But this is just something that I was writing down one day and I just decided to make a video about it because it has really been bugging me and I just don't see, like, it has to be bugging someone else. I hope it's bugging someone else. Words are extremely powerful. They are going to affect someone in some shape or form, whether you're good with your words or not. Something you say is going to affect someone in some shape or form. And I feel like a lot of the words that we've been using towards people are really hurtful, and they're not necessarily intentionally hurtful towards people. It's just the fact that we might not necessarily know that we're doing this. These are some of the things that I hear on a daily basis being joked about that to me, I just don't know and don't understand why they're being joked about. Number one, rape. I can't even tell you how many times a day I hear something being referenced to being raped. Whether it's, joking about, oh yeah, well later tonight I'm just going to rape you, or just stuff in some shape or form with it. And to me, it's just mind-blowing. It's just such a huge thing in America. Every 2 minutes, someone is being sexually assaulted. That's 30 people in an hour. That's 720 people in a day. Imagine those numbers in a year. That's a huge factor. Just because you may have not been raped doesn't mean the person that you're joking to about it wasn't. It's not something that anyone's prancing around saying that they were raped. We don't have a t-shirt, nothing like that. It's something that you shouldn't joke about. Number two. But this is going to be kind of number two and then ABC. But number two is depression. People aren't necessarily joking about, oh, I'm so depressed or stuff like that so much anymore. I mean, I used to hear that, but I feel like people are going a little bit more to the extent of, like raping someone and, just getting a little bit more personal. But it just kind of follows through stuff that follows through depression. But I just want to throw some statistics up there. Approximately 18.8 million Americans are depressed, and everyone in their lifetime will deal with depression, whether it's you have depression, your wife, your husband, your child, your mom, cousin will have depression, and you will have to deal with it in some shape or form. And I just don't understand why we're joking about something that's so severe. They think by the year of 2020 that depression will be the most second calming health problem in the world. Not just the United States, but in the entire world. That's how many people get depression. And it's mind-boggling how often we are able to just sweep it under the carpet as if it's no big deal. But cutting. Okay. People joke about cutting. I hear it all the time. I understand that you might not go home and cut or anything like this, but I feel like us joking about it is actually kind of making things worse, in my opinion. Probably about 2 to 3 million people, teen people in the US, have cut. That's just teens. That's not young adults. Yes, granted, it is mostly, teenagers and people in their young to mid-20s that are cutting. But it's still a huge factor in our population today. And I feel like us joking about it and saying that we're going to go home and cut ourselves or something like that kind of might make people feel like they can't come out and talk to someone or ask for help. Like, for instance, say if I'm talking to my best friend. She talks to me about everything and we're just joking around and I'm just like, she says something to me and I'm just like, oh, I'm going to go home and cry myself to sleep and just cut myself all night, Even though we both know I'm not going to do that. But because I'm sitting here joking about it to her, maybe she is cutting. Maybe she does go home and cry herself to sleep and cuts. Most people that are depressed don't show it. When they're around people, they will force that smile. We don't always know who's depressed around us. And the fact that I'm sitting here joking about something that she has no control over, and she doesn't even feel like she can talk to me about it, what else is she going to do but go home and continue to cut? It's just going to grow and go into worse things. Which brings me to B, suicide. People joke about going home and committing suicide all the time. Like, you had a long day at work and you're just like, oh, I'm finally done. If I didn't get done soon, I was going to go home and blow my brains out tonight. Okay, once again with us joking about suicide is mind-boggling to me, just because it is such a huge population of people die from death. It's 13% of American deaths are from suicide. Yeah, 13% sounds like a very small number, but think about how many people live in your town. Take 13% of those people and they committed suicide. 13% of those. Imagine the Twin Cities, or where I grew up was a really, really tiny town. 13% might have only been 2 people, but it's a huge factor. It really, really is. And most of us have either had suicidal thoughts, has personally known someone that has tried committing suicide, or has actually succeeded in committing suicide. Why is this a joking matter? Why is it okay to sit there and say, I'm going to go blow my brains out, or I'm going to go slit my wrist, or something like this? Why are we not using our words for the better and letting them come out and talk to us when we're just making it feel like they can't go to anyone because we are just going to laugh at them? I don't understand how this is okay. Can someone please tell me if I'm like completely out of context here? I don't know. C, eating disorders. Another thing I hear mostly between girls, I guess, joking, is to do with eating disorders. It's, I know that, we're all guilty of joking about something of these lines. We can't deny it. None of us is, we're all sinners, bottom line. But say, for example, you have a big feast with your best friend, or you guys just watch movies and junk out on a whole bunch of junk food and everything like that, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I feel so fat, I'm going to have to not eat for the next week, or I'm going to have to go throw this up and stuff like that. It's like something that you may not think is a big deal just because, you're not really going to do it or anything like that, or you've never had an eating disorder, or you're really comfortable with who you are. A very, very common thing amongst especially women. Most of us are not happy with the way we look. We hear one thing and we compare ourselves to them. Let's not joke about it. Bottom line. In America, they're estimating that about 8 million people have some shape of eating disorder. 8 million people. That's a high number. 8 million people have an eating disorder. And then nearly half of the Americans' population know someone with some shape of eating disorder. So most of us know someone that has struggled with this. Want to know the worst part? Of that 8 million people, 20% of those people are going to die. An illness, it's in your mind, you really cannot help it. There is no on-off switch. And some of those people will not recover, and they will continue to struggle with this eating disorder, and they'll have heart problems, and a lot of people do commit suicide with it. And it's just, going along with that suicide again. We're just sitting here throwing people underneath the rug, and that I just don't know why we're using our words for such harsh things out there when we can be using it for the better. So this could just be me that it's bugging, but I don't know. I just feel like we could be doing something better out there, and that's why I'm making this video. So just one day, honestly, just listen to yourself and everyone around you and count how many times you hear a joke that could factor into actually hurting someone. See what you hear out there. But that's about everything. Thanks for listening to my word throw up, I guess. Bye!